Fabrizio Romano has spoken, guys. And Aston Villa, I mean, it's coming on twice. Aston Villa are in for a player. Let's get into it and let's chat about it. What in the PSR and SCR is all this about? Aston Villa are linked with a player in June, and it's coming from top transfer guru Fabrizio Romano, and I cannot believe what is happening in June, guys. So Aston Villa are linked with Jesús Rodriguez from Real Betis, a young 19-year-old winger who plays on the left-hand side. I mean, a winger, left-hand side, 19 years of age, dubbed as a wonder kid. I mean, what is not to like about this guy? So on today's episode, we're going to go in depth and have a little look about Jesús Rodriguez, but we're also going to take a look at where he fits into this Aston Villa system and what, most importantly, what does it mean for the Aston Villa system? And long-standing viewers will know that Mr. Robinson has been cooking up an idea, and this may come into fruition with Aston Villa signing Rodriguez. So let's have a little look at what Fabrizio has said. Exclusive Aston Villa start club-to-club talks for Real Betis talent Jesús Rodriguez, 2005 born talent, on shortlist of several clubs, but Villa made contact this week to start discussions. I like it. I like it. Why do I like it? Number one, let's go out and find the talent before they become talented. That is my motto. And we know we've got different models. Like Villa are quite good with different transfer models. We have the go out and buy established, go out and buy ready-made. We buy in Onanas, Tielemans, Barclays. We buy in Pau Torres. We buy in those types of players that are pretty established, but then we are signing players that are younger to bring through for PSR, etc. Nedeljkovic's, those types of signings. But what we've got to do is start scouting the real up-and-coming, talented, wonder kid type players that Brighton sign, that Bournemouth sign, that Brentford sign. Let's sign those players because they're just the type of players that we should be looking at anyway, and the type of players that we should be scouting that are young, that are very, very good, that have got bright futures ahead of them, that not only are just, you've got to develop them, but yeah, you want to be able to make them grow, but they're just like the future of football. That's what I want to see. I want to see us signing these really young players. Like everybody goes and talks about the Brighton model, the Bournemouth model, and that's what we've got to do. We've got to be able to scout these types of players. So yes, it's not sort of like Ekatike, it's not those type of players, but these players are just as important. And these players are important because once Unai Emery starts developing, coaching, growing, turning them into finished articles, like we could have superstars on our hands. Let's go and find superstars. That's what I want for us to be able to do as well. So it is exciting, and I think it's really, really good. And we're going to get into player profile now. So Jesús Rodriguez, 19 years of age, Spanish-born nationality. He is right-footed, market value of 10.8 million euros. And we can see that he's played in the Conference League, and he played in the final against Chelsea. We can see from his heat map that he's predominantly on the left-hand side. He's got European experience, 8 appearances, 5 games started, 1 goal and no assists. So that is brilliant for a player of his age to be playing in that level of competition. If we have a look at La Liga, so he played 21 games, started 15 for Betis, averaging 54 minutes per game. He'd got 2 assists, and we've got 2 goals, no assists, sorry. Passing accuracy of 76%, own half 78%, opposition half 72%, long ball 71%, chipped passes 57%, and his crosses are at 22%. So if we have a little look at some of his underlying numbers, we'll go down to this section here. Goal and shot creation. We can see that take-ons is in the 90 percentile, and for fouls drawn is in the 99 percentile. So McPhee will be absolutely loving life with that. We've got GCA, so that's goal. What would that be? Goal creating actions on take-ons. He's in for shots, the 86 percentile, and goal creating actions for fouls drawn is in the 90 percentile. So yeah, so he's drawing a lot of fouls. That shows that his dribbling ability is close control, drawing those fouls. He's a player that reminds me a little bit, and I know a lot of you know that I like this player. Yildiz, close control, very good dribbling ability, pacey. He's got a quick turn of speed. He's able to beat a man, stand a man up, drive and glide past players. So he's an exciting player who would bring a lot of dynamism to Villa. I think that's the word that we are looking for. So again, exciting, vibrant, fluid, youthful, exciting, and one that I think will end up exciting a lot of football fans. His market value on transfer market is at 30 million. And we can see that he's played under 19s, under 21s. So he's an exciting player, an exciting link, someone that I think we should be linked with. These type of players are something that we should be absolutely all over. So interestingly, where do we fit into the Villa system? Now, Villa do not play with a winger. We do not play with out and out width on the left-hand side. That comes from the left back. Now, something that I've been looking at and mentioning, I did this graphic because we will get onto this graphic in a second. If I've got a team here lined up, right? So if we've got a team here, let's see what we've got saved earlier then. So generically, this is Villa. So this is how Villa will be setting up on a game-by-game basis. Your width will go through here. We know all of this. We can tuck inside. We can have Kamara covering. We can have Ramsey building up and making up a front five. So that's how Villa try and get into their front five. Now, I think we need to evolve this. We need to go more hybrid. We need to go more dynamic. And I actually believe that by having a winger on the left-hand side, so an active winger on the left-hand side, right back can stay at home more. 2 central midfielders can press further forward. Don't have to worry about doing too much defensive work. Then this midfielder can go and make up and get in that front line. Left back comes and plays more inside. That is Maatsen playing in that channel there, playing in that area, drifting into central midfield. We know he can get into those areas as well. For Dortmund, he played in this area as well. And the Villa system then looks more like this with more width on that left-hand side. You've got 2 wingers on both sides. Kamara can cover if he needs to. We then can go into here. We can even get more players going into attack if we need to get into those areas as well. So these are all things with Maatsen that we've seen at Villa last season, but not really implemented, that he goes and stays more in central midfield. We look at Louis Skelly for Arsenal. He's doing it as well. This would enable us, for me, to get further forward a lot easier and occupy more width. We've got more balance in defence because we know that these 2, 3 can fan across and make that back 3. He can go into there. And it's a general sort of system that we currently play, but just tweaked slightly with different personnel that make it look a little bit different. You're right back then, if you recruit a more hybrid right back that up or down, but predominantly can be a little bit more defensive, which we think sometimes Unai likes. Your width stays with your winger on the right-hand side. If you want to have an overlap, then Kamara can just go in there, we can move across a little bit, and everybody can just shuffle around and move around, and that's how it can look as well. But I really do think we need to get the best, specifically out of Ian Maatsen first, and that type of position is something, changing what we do on the left-hand side, because at times for us to get width on the left, you're asking your left back to do a lot of running. He's got to go to the byline. He's got to go back again. It all gets quite stretched. So I actually feel like with more width and a left-hand side winger, then the system changes quite a lot. So that's just something that I've highlighted and looked at recently as something that I think we can do. And this is why I'm excited by Rodriguez, because we're linked with a left-hand side winger. And I think for the system, it works perfectly. So Jacob Tanswell did a tweet yesterday, and he mentioned what Villa are looking to do in the transfer market. And I think this is interesting as well, because it actually shows where we're trying to strengthen. We can park. Well, Fabrizio's parking PSR for us today. Let's forget about PSR and SCR. That will evolve. Things will happen there. But what do we need to do to improve and get better and be better than last season? Where's our recruitment looking like? So Jacob is saying that we are after a right back, right-sided centre-back, and a winger. And of course, we'll look to sign in other areas, depends on outgoings and different things that can happen within a transfer window. Now, if we have a look at the graphic that I kind of showed you earlier, we can see where ideally we really need to strengthen and areas that we look like we need to make sure we recruit to get better. Bailey's going. We need to recruit right back and right-sided centre-back. Those three are very light for me. I know right back doesn't look light, but it will be light once one leaves. So the winger is very important. And just like the left-sided player that we linked with, Rodriguez, young, not sort of like established, I'm okay with that. As long as the scouting has been done correctly, and there's key attributes that we're after within that specific player and can be integrated into the first team, then I'm okay with the right side being of the similar sort of profile. We could go for someone like Semenyo or somebody like that, etc. But they're more established, will cost more money. Now, key recruitment, like what Brighton do, I mean, Brighton players play 5 games, and within the space of 5 games, they're worth £100 million. So that's very good recruitment. So, and it shows that if you do it correctly and good enough, then players can fit into your system seamlessly. So I think the winger is very important. Right-sided centre-back has been a bit of a problem for us the last few seasons because we've not signed an out-and-out first-teamer. Carlos left. That left us short. Then that meant that we'd sort of needed to bring someone in January, brought in a loan player. So what do we do there? Do we sign a younger player that can come through, or do we sign someone on loan? So that area needs to be looked at. And then there's the right-back situation, which nobody has any clue of what Unai's thinking there. You know, we know he wants someone. We know we need a player there. But who's going? Is it Garcia? Is it Cash? Who holds the value? Cash holds decent value. Do we move him on? Does he stay? Who knows? But I imagine one will move on. And we need a first team right back to come in. We need a player that is going to be first choice right back for me. Because if we look at this now and we look at what we think Villa are going to do, and I said a few weeks ago, we need a whole new right-hand side, and we do. Because our right-hand side gets targeted every single game. That is the side that every team always goes down to try and exploit Villa. PSG, Tottenham did it the last home game of the season. Every team exploits it. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to work out that opposition managers feel that that's Villa's weakest side. Now, if that's our weakest side, That's the side that we need to strengthen. And then within this, there are other little positions that we do need to strengthen as well. Obviously, Watkins. Why have I not got a circle there? Watkins. Guys, technology. I want a little circle that looks like the other circles to go. What is going on with this, guys? Right, circle. There we go. There we go. That's what I want. A circle around Watkins. That's an area that we need to strengthen. We need another player to come in, young, maybe to grow, get minutes. And you'll get Europa League pull. Players will come to play in the Europa League for Aston Villa. So those are the general areas where the squad looks like it's going to be strengthened, really. Left back, I think Matt Digne might get a new deal. I think he'll get reduced wages. That might help Villa. Power and Mings, that's pretty solid midfield. And then you go into, again, if players leave, how does it evolve? You'll then start replacing those type of players as well. So that's basically a little bit of like squad building. And I've seen managers do that graphic as well, where they put players and how their squad's looking as well. So that's the squad. That's what I feel like is going to happen. But I think recruitment-wise, I'm really excited by the possibility of us signing a left-hand side winger. And he's been doing fantastically well for Betis. Quick, close control, confident, give and go, reads the game really well, strong, can bump off players. So he's got a Yildiz vibe to him, what I really like. So exciting one. I'm glad that we are linked with a player. And there's only one noise that we need to finish the show with. That is that Fabrizio. Feels good. Feels good going into the weekend knowing that we're linked with a footballer. So cheers everyone for watching. Make sure you're subscribing, smash the likes, comment your thoughts, and up the Villa.